Hello everybody. My name is Manabu Suzuki. You can call me Mr. Suzuki. Today I'm going to present about a company called IPA, International Property Agent Incorporation, which will be set up in Tokyo, Japan in 3 days. You can see in the photo, you can see my face and Mr. Ichikawa's face, who is my business partner. So please let me explain a little bit about this company and ourselves. Here we start from my brief history. I was born in Japan near Tokyo. I was educated in Japan and I started a career as an IT engineer in Tokyo. And the work brought me to Sydney, Australia and Dalian in China. So I spent 7-8 years in overseas. In the year of 2007, I moved back to Japan. I continued as an IT engineer till the year of 2013. After that, I don't work for be an employee. I set up my own company and become the full-time business owner in the real estate. So I have my own company who has offices in Tokyo, and I always do the property businesses. I'm a property investor in Japan, Australia, and many other countries. Currently, I invest in 6 countries, including Japan, Australia, US, Thailand, Germany, and UK. And maybe in the next year, the new countries like Canada and Indonesia will join into my portfolio, so it will make 8 countries that I invest in. In Japan, locally, I started my property investment 19 years ago. I purchased 20 properties, already sold 13 properties. Currently, I hold 7 properties still. I'm type of the buy and hold type of investor. I usually hold the properties for 2 or 3 years and then sell it and get the capital gain. In Japan market, I have sold 7 properties and in the average of 2.5 years of ownership, and I get a capital gain of 25% in average. And the gross rental return of my current properties is around 10% per year. In Australia, I also invest in 3 cities in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. I purchased 4 houses, already sold 1 house, and currently I have 3. Hi. In Japan, I am managing investors community called Asia Pacific Homeowners Club, APHOC. In the year of 2011, I founded this organization so that I can learn more about the international property investment with fellows. And many people joined since then. Now, I base in Tokyo and I set up 3 branches in the city of Fukuoka, Nagoya, and Osaka. Now altogether we have the membership of 2,400. I think this organization is one of the largest of this type in Japan. I'm more enthusiastic in writing columns or blogs, articles, things. So I have published a book in the 2013, How to Buy the World Properties, which is in Japanese language. In 2014, I published a DVD educational video clips, property investment strategies. And also, I contribute the article in 3 industrial medias in Japan and Australia. I'm also I'm multilingual. Thanks to my experience in living in many countries in overseas. I'm in business level in Japanese, English, and Chinese Mandarin, and I also speak some Thai and Korean and many other languages. Okay, let me introduce my business partner, Mr. Ichikawa. He is 56 years old. He started his real estate career in the year 1984. So he has more than 30 years of industrial experience in this business. In the year 2013, he started international property businesses. Firstly, he starts selling properties in Philippines. And after that, he does some US properties, Mongolia or Thai properties. In 2016, he started full-time business owner, and he do the business with me together. Yeah. His strength is industrial experience in real estate, and he has worked in closer to the management level in some big scale companies in Japan. So he has many friends in the management level of Japanese real estate industry, which is his strength. And also he has extensive sales or marketing experience, which enables him to go to overseas, but he can see it, that he can grasp what is the market is about, what is the point of investment kind of thing. So this is a great value for me too. He is very good at talking. He is super effective in seminars or video clips or podcasting, those things. So his personality is a little bit different from me. I'm good at writing, but not good at talking. Now, Mr. Ichikawa and myself, we establish a common brand by mixing the two different personality or two different skill set. Our strength is very different, but say we have two things in common. We are global players, and also we love real estate. So originally, say, I do my own things, and Mr. Ichikawa does his own things. But now we set up the one company, and we have the same name card or business card, and do the business together. The company name is called IPA, International Property Agent. It will be set up in the 1st of November, which is 3 days later than this date. CEO being Mr. Ichikawa, I will doing vice president, and with one other lady who does the Europe business. And our corporate philosophy, we have two. The one is that we carefully choose world best property investment or business opportunities for our Japanese customers. We will be their partner to help them get the sound profit from the investment. The second one is we research world property market and investment methodologies, share our knowledge to help the Japanese to be more effective in investment. So basically we does two things. One is basically property broking and asset management. Another one is we do research and education. So basically two things. Here is our customer profile. Through our many years of experience in real estate business or investment, we already set up 3 major customers, the group. We basically categorize in 3 groups. The first group is individual investors. We call them small c. C stands for customer, basically. So small c, typically they are employees or homeowners who are relatively well off in Japanese society. They usually earn, for example, in the US dollar term, 100 to 200,000 US dollars salary, and they are still young, 20, 30, or 40 years old. They like to expand their portfolio to outside of Japan. They are still in the building their own wealth, so, and also their buying power is up to 500K US dollar. So those are small C people. And the next one is a big C, large size individual investors. They are typically being the business owners. Their age is like from 30s to 60s, which is more mature. And they are already they already established their own wealth. They have to manage or protect their properties or wealth. So they need some solutions in tax saving or preparation for the inheritance taxes. So their motive is different from small C people. The buying power is quite good. They can invest up to 5 million US dollars. And they also emphasize their property value than returns. The third category is the business customers. They are typically public companies or sometimes like listed companies in real estate. They do business in Japan for many years, and they are feeling that it is not easy to make money in Japan. They want to expand their business to overseas. Their buying power is huge. They can invest up to, say, 20 million US dollars. They typically like the joint venture or group invest type of investment. So we are also helping those customers too. Here is the motives why Japanese investors, they want to invest in overseas. For individual investors, they are basically three major reasons. One is they want to diversify their portfolio by establishing non-Japan asset. The second one is the currently Japan property price is higher, and their capital growth opportunities are a little bit lower, so they want to find out the new market outside of Japan. The third one is in Japan has the declining population situation. Also, many places in Japan, they have the oversupply of rental properties, so they have the concerns in the long-term profit. So that's also why they want to buy the overseas. For the business customers, they have the totally different motives. One is the making money in Japan market is difficult now, so they want to find out the opportunities to make money in the growing market. So they usually go to ASEAN or USA. And also they are growing their business to overseas. It also have the positive impact in their stock value. So many people like to see the company invest and make money in overseas. So this is another motive to go to overseas. So, and also say we as an IPA, we can handle everywhere in the world as far as this is real estate properties. Let's say for the area selection criteria, we always emphasize two criteria. One is the safety, one is the profitability. Safe means lower risk. Okay, and this is a property investment where it relies on the countries' laws and regulations to make sure their property right is always guaranteed. And we set some 5 or 6 criteria where we evaluate the safety in investing in the market. One is mature laws and regulations to guarantee property rights, availability of market data, building quality assurance or inspection systems, availability of professional PM services, the country who has the less geopolitical risk or natural risks, and also the availability of the second-hand property market and finance services. So those criteria usually favors developed economies, developed countries, mature countries. And when it comes to the profitability, profitability is different from property to property. Every property is different, and also they are attached to a particular area or stations or cities. So we need to carefully choose which property looks right in the situation, in their respective local situation. In here we have 5 criteria, which is GDP and population growth, capital growth opportunities, rental demand and profitability, purchase timing, and also their cost of purchase, ownership and selling, and being competitive or not. So those things, okay? And for the safety criteria, we usually favor developed countries like European or US or sometimes Japan. So those developed economy usually has more mature laws and regulation and market compared with the emerging economies like in Southeast Asia or Turkey or some Latin American countries. When we come to the profitability, when we evaluate which cities are profitable at this point of time, we see we don't see much difference. It's regardless of developed economy or emerging economy. So it's pretty much depend on their own city situation. So when we combine safety and profitability criteria, usually say the developed economy scores higher than the emerging economy. So as a result, we usually, as the IPA, we usually recommend developed countries for the location, for the property investment and business. Our service area, although we can say that we can source properties from everywhere in the world, but say we have also some resource restraint, and we have also some strengths and weakness. So at this stage, we focus on the developed economies, especially 4 countries, US, Canada, Germany, and UK. With the secondary importance, say we also do Australia, New Zealand, Spain, Portugal, and Asian countries as the secondary importance. This is one of the example, like what type of properties we recommend to the Japanese customer. This one in Germany is the most popular one at this stage, which is second-hand residential properties in North Rhine-Westphalia state of Germany, which is near Düsseldorf. They have plenty of properties who are suitable for renting. Some units are very cheap, from like 30,000 euro or something, very cheap. And some multifamily homes also cheap. They are starting from 200k euro. Say they usually have 4 units or 6 units. It's still very cheap. Why they are cheap is because the country of Germany, they are very protective to the renters. So they usually the rent is lower, and it is difficult to raise the rent. So in other words, the rent is very easily maintained, and then they don't move out. So their income, the rental income, always flows in. And at this stage, their net rental return is very high, like 7 to 8%, which also very attractive to the Japanese investors. And for the multifamily homes, some German local finance is available, up to LTV 50%. Another example of the popular property, which is in Florida, USA, in the city of Cape Coral, which is at this stage one of the top population growth area in the US. We usually offer 4-bedroom new homes, where the price is around 200 to 250K US dollars. The rental is quite good. They can rent. The people rent for 1,006 to 1,700 per month. The net rental return is 6.5%. And apart from the rental income, the capital gain opportunity is very good. I foresee like after 5 or 6 years, we can sell it and get a considerable capital gain. The local finance is possible up to LTV 70%. So this is also very popular. This is the last slide in this presentation. We IPA, we deliver lots of educational content through the website. We provide a seminar, which is usually handled by Mr. Ichikawa. And we also provide the video clips or webinars, which is usually handled by me. Mr. Ichikawa and myself does lots of podcasts. We'll just talk about the various topics of international property investment in the language of Japanese and Chinese Mandarin. So we like to continue posting as many useful contents, educational contents as possible to help people's knowledge and so that they can become more investment savvy. Thank you very much and have a nice day.